I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 32 is what Taylor Swift should have said because her new album sucks. This is actually episode 32 of Beard Bites. I haven't listened to it, but apparently
I
the
have listened to
Swifties
it.
are going through it, man.
I did not like it. I'm not a Swiftie, but my wife and I both listened to it. We were like, "Oh, this is kind of buns." Um,
You know, someone was like, it's a satire album because she announced it on Travis Kelce's podcast. I don't know. Listen,
Cope seed
anyways, but
mauled.
we are actually on a podcast about gaming and not football and music. How
That's
about
true.
that?
It's a good
Yeah.
point.
Let the people know
Well, we could be. This could be a
what to
football
expect.
podcast with the way we're talking about some fumbles this week.
Ooh.
Thank you. Yeah. So we're gonna be discussing a lot of Game Pass stuff today. That's like gonna be the main thing because there's some. It's imploding, but Ahmed and I have some interesting takes on it that may not align with what other people are saying. And I will also say, if you enjoyed EA Sports and FIFA things like that, be prepared to get it in strictly Arabic. Haha, got him. But yeah, we have
There's
a
more
bunch
to
of,
EA than just soccer, bro. What is it?
I don't know on that one. But yeah, we got a good show for you guys today. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. How was your week, Ahmed?
It's been tough, but we're here. We survived. I I almost Mortal Kombat fatality my monitor playing Deadlock. Like, dude, I'm not gonna lie. I used to joke like how I'm gonna punch my monitor, but sometimes I'm like, actually, I see my fist on the other side of them. I can see my fist hitting the wall. Like,
Because for those of you who don't know, Ahmed and I used to play League together a lot. We stopped because I was too addicted. But every so often, Ahmed would be like, "Hey, we should try again." I'm like, "No." And Ahmed is really good at these kinds of games. When he's like when he's good, he's really good, right? He's very much able to support the team. He's able to get kills. He's able to be like he's him. But when he has like a bad ult or something or a bad whatever, he just gets in his own head and he compounds on himself of like, bro, this sucks. My God's the worst, and he keeps making like different mistakes all because of the first mistake that he made. He just keeps getting in his own head, and it's like,
I'm a all or nothing, man.
yeah,
So I'm either 11-2 or like 2-19. Like, there's no in between. Anyways,
yeah,
but some of the games recently, it's because the thing is like okay, it's like I'll make stupid mistakes, but it's like it's like, oh, so many times I'll walk out of a situation or I've died in a situation where the enemy is like 3 HP, and I was like, dude, I just sneeze on the guy, he'll die.
please, yeah.
And then yeah, anyways, like, I lose composure sometimes, but I fear one of these days I will have to buy a new monitor.
I'm gonna punch my monitor.
I'm gonna break my monitor.
I'm waiting for the day that Ahmed will like mess up really badly in the game, and you just hear like in Discord, just like he dips out.
I'm not gonna lie, I was actually gonna Alt F4 yesterday.
Yeah, I know.
Dude, it was just like, I was like, all right, dude, because the enemy team was like low-key, like just playing with their food. I'm like, all right, bro, just end the game, man.
Yep.
I can't.
And for some reason in Deadlock, there's like a race in every online game. There's like a racism buff, or it's like the most racist players are the best players in the game for some reason. So they just keep kicking your shit in while saying slurs, and it's like, all right, this is not an enjoyable experience at this point in time. But you know,
yeah. So Deadlock's always on the rotation. Picked up Hades. I mean, I didn't pick it. I just played it.
you picked it up.
I'm digging it a bit more. I mean, I didn't buy it. I was just in the Steam family share.
True.
So did I really pick it up, dude?
True.
Anyway, no. But yeah, that's been good. I haven't beaten it yet, but like I'm on like my eighth attempt, and I've made it to Tartarus or whatever, like the
House of Hades.
Where the boss. Yeah, the House of Hades.
Okay.
So I made it there. So I feel like I'm like, compared to the first game, I feel like I'm moving faster, because I remember like it took me forever to get to Hades, and now I'm like, oh, I'm already kind of at the boss area. But
yeah, bro, Ahmed was telling me he was playing this last week, and I asked him what weapon he uses, and it was the weapon choice that he told me. I was like, holy like I was astonished that he actually enjoys that weapon.
It's like the dual flame weapon.
Dude,
Okay.
ugh.
Honestly, okay, shut up, dude. It's a good weapon.
It's not
okay,
bad.
Okay.
It's not bad. That's the thing. It's not a bad weapon. I hate how it feels. That's my thing.
You pick the start digging in your butt twin weapon, where literally it's like a sickle that like jumps, and like if you hold square or hold X, or it jumps on the enemy. I'm like, dude, I cannot be hugging distance with these guys.
Yeah, that's true.
And Amazon finally delivered my game on time.
Oh, yeah?
was playing Ghost of Yote, so I will say there's something so magical. It's just something so I don't know about the opening of the first game, Ghost of Tsushima, where Ghost of Tsushima has honestly one of the best opening sequence title things ever. Like I'm talking about like from the time you click new game, you're like raiding a beach, and then the setup for the story, and then just like you're running away, and then you hop on your horse, and then you jump over a log, and then the title box
you ride over like a field of flowers, and it's like
and the music swells, and it's like,
beautiful. Genuinely,
it's so
nice.
This one, the opening isn't as strong.
Oh, really?
But like that, but I'll say the like that it has somewhat of a similar opening,
okay,
but it doesn't hit on the same like crescendo of emotions of because the setup of the first game, I don't want to, it's like it sets up the inciting incident really well, and and the first like title mission is like save this person, and it's like big bold letters with all the music swelling, and you riding through like a field of flowers, and it's just so like majestic. This one, like the startup isn't as hard, but like the way, I don't know how to explain it, traversing the world feels like that opening sequence.
Interesting.
Because like when you jump on when you ride your horse, the black bars punch in, and it gets very cinematic, and like I don't know, it just feels interesting. I'm still very early on. I'm like 2 hours into it, so I can't like give a full assessment of the game. The one thing that's really cool is you get multiple weapons instead of multiple stances in this game. And enemies have attacks that can like deflect your weapon. So like you can be weaponless and defenseless, and then you have to like run around picking up a weapon on the floor.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah. So it changes up the dynamic a bit, which is pretty interesting.
Can you walk away from your weapon? Like if you finish the encounter?
I don't know.
Okay.
I have, but like they add a couple of things in, like so they still have like the standoff mechanic where you do like a 1v1 against someone, and then you have to time it so that you like do a one-shot kill. But then also during combat, enemies drop weapons, so you can pick it up and like throw.
I saw that. Yeah, she chunked a spear through someone, which I thought was sick as hell.
It was. It feels good, honestly. Actually no, I just remembered, dude. They because I was comparing this to, like I did not intentionally want to compare this to Assassin's Creed Shadows, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know who did what, or if it's just because of if it's just like two games set in somewhat similar places. But in Assassin's Creed, you climb up the tower, and then you do the synchronization thing, and then it gives you dots, and you look at the dots, and it tells you what the things are, right? In this game, there's literally no dots, but you have the same like spyglass like looking thing, and you can literally mark things in a similar fashion, but in this game it feels so much more
organic.
Like the way the game kind of shows you waypoints and things, it just feels so great. Like the original, there's no map markers. Everything is like using the wind to kind of guide you to a certain place. So if you pick a specific objective, the wind will shift to a certain place, and you just follow the wind. There's also the little bird that like if you're like aimlessly just riding through the world and you're next to like a quick sub objective,
Yeah.
do a haiku or do some meditation or something, or a hot springs, a little bird will show up, and then if you follow that bird, it'll take you to the location, which
That
I think is like a perfect way to integrate.
yeah. The thing about Ghost of Yotei and Tsushima, I think the best thing about those games is that they do a fantastic job of making you want to like explore the world. You know.
Exactly. Yeah. And
Yeah.
yeah, and on top of that, like now, when you're learning about like things in the world, like someone will be like, "Oh, dude, there's like that myth of this thing that there's like this like one-armed swordsmith in the mountains. He does this cool sword technique or something." Or when you learn about things in the world, you don't get like an exact map marker. It'll give you cards saying like, "Hey, if you want to learn more, like check this area of the map." Like it'd be like a general blob, and you don't get like a direct thing. And the more you
Oh,
interact with people,
interesting.
it'll flesh things out. Like so,
Oh, you have to build
uh,
out the clues, right, or something like that. That's what
yeah,
people are
yeah,
saying.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that's
So
sick.
and you can get more information the more you just run into things, right? Like so,
Hmm.
there was uh, how do I say this? Like for example, like there's like two groups of people fighting. Like they took like it's like some Ronin like took a like a samurai hostage. It's like okay, like your character really doesn't like either side,
Hmm.
but you're like okay, this is a hopeless guy. They're torturing him. You go save him, and then he gives you more information about like a specific objective that you ask about. Like there's multiple things you can ask him. Be like, okay, can you tell me about like this myth or this person or this thing? And then the more
Oh,
interactions you have in the world, you can flesh those out, or you can just try to like feel it out yourself, I guess.
that is a very cool loop. It rewards you for exploring by doing side quests. It's like, oh, if you want other information on other side quests, it gives you like that info. I think that's
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
dope, honestly.
yeah. And it's just honestly, I feel like the game they did it like it's such a like how you build a map is very important because like this game, I feel like I'm not a side quester guy. Like
Mhm.
I'll do like four side things and then like a couple story and then like flip flop. But this one I'm like actively like I'm riding to the objective and I see something in the distance. I'm like, oh, this looks really cool. Why is there a big tree here? Let me
Mhm.
go look at it real quick. Like it leads to very organic exploration,
Yeah.
which I feel like kind of respects my time because like the things are pretty quick and it's not overbearing. It's not and it's not like stupid stuff.
Nice.
Um, Sucker Punch Man makes great games. That's all I'm gonna say. But
Yeah. I
big fan
heard
so far.
they it's not a story thing and it's not a spoiler, but you can find some stuff from the first game. Uh
I can't believe you said that.
Sorry.
Now just ruined it for me.
I know, I'm sorry, I can't help it, but
You told me there was I didn't even know there was first game.
oh.
You just told us before. Sorry.
Okay. Nice. So do you're saying you just started, but you're obviously gonna
Yeah,
make some main rotation
yeah.
going
I would have let you borrow it, but
forward.
this guy sold his PlayStation. God damn.
Yeah, they have no games.
Yeah. They have Death Stranding.
That's true. I have Death Stranding on my PC.
Oh my god, dude. I'm stranded on this podcast. Please, someone help me.
The ghost will
Okay,
kill you.
what about you, man? What's up with you?
Um, Nothing much. I mean, I was gonna see if you mentioned it, but we played Skate together for a little bit. And that was fun. Man, okay. I understand that this is very much early access. I understand that it just came out, all this stuff, right? I cannot stand how they themed this game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
It
They took the soul out of the game, I feel.
it feels like such corporate schlock. It feels good to play. There's two things I want to point out here. It feels really good to play, right? The tricks and stuff are fun. Like the world as a skate environment is pretty fun. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like Ahmed showed me a spot on the map where you could just fly through like a building and like it's goofy fun, right? But as a skate game, it just feels like a weird mobile version of just like they got an AI companion talking, quite literally an AI companion. Like she's like, "Oh, your tricks are super cool," and you can turn her off, like I did. But like, just the idea of it's like, okay, this doesn't feel like it has any soul, you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But like I said, it still does feel good to play, and I think I mean I want to jump back into it again as well, um, with Ahmed just to see like what else we can find and like explore. But man, that first impression was rough a little bit, and but it wasn't to like anyone's fault. It's just I don't know.
They need to lean into like the skate, like kind of grunge. Like they need to lean into what skating is. I think they kind of like made it more corporate with this one.
Yeah, and I also like I don't know. I think I'm in a weird camp about this because obviously, right? Like it's an EA game. It's gonna have microtransactions. It's gonna have all this stuff. But for me, it just comes off as weird that they released this early access build with like such a built-out shop. You know? Um.
I don't think it's like early access in that like same fashion. It's like, I mean, I feel like it's kind of not like, okay, JK. I mean, I'm reading this thing. It says on the Steam page it says early access. Okay, I'm gonna shut up.
Oh, okay.
They're calling it early access. So why am I defending a corporation right now?
I don't know. I'm not trying to say like the game is bad, but it just feels like it's gonna get worse, if that makes sense. But regardless, I still want to play more. I did enjoy the time that I spent with it, so we'll see what else comes with it.
You want to hear something that might upset you?
Mm-hmm.
The battle pass costs $10,
Okay.
but you only give back $6.
Oh, that sucks. Why? Well, okay. Granted, to be fair, I think battle passes have for a long time at this point not been giving back 100%. But it just sucks every time another one does it, and it sucks that there's a battle pass in this game that did not need it. Like what the like it's the same kind of game, or it's becoming the same kind of game as all other games in that you have to do a battle pass system. You gotta like, you know, every stuff is locked. Like it's just like it can't be a game for the sake of being a game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I would prefer the model, obviously, as I'm sure many people do. Just release a good game, and then you can, you know, add stuff to it and all that stuff, like DLC and charge for that. But I don't know, man. I'm tired, boss. I'm tired of a free to play like battle pass like focus microtransaction focused schlock game. But you know, we'll see. Play some Deadlock. Yeah, enjoying it. I still want more, but I think Deadlock is just holding me over until Battlefield 6 comes out, which I did purchase. So gonna be excited for that. I hit credits on Mario Wonder. Phenomenal Mario game. Honestly, it's so good. It's very well built out. Like all the levels are super creative. You know, like there's so much stuff going on there. Yeah, if you guys have not tried Mario Wonder and you have access to it through any which means, I recommend it. And then I also played some
Wonder is great.
Yeah, I played some Donkey. Oh, and I was doing the secret levels in Mario Wonder. They were actually kind of tough. Like I did beat them eventually, but they took me like a couple of tries to like get down, you know? So that was kind of a nice like challenge to have. Like usually these games kind of generally are a breeze if you're like sitting there locked in, but this one was a little tough, and I liked them. I liked the game for doing that, honestly. Played some more Donkey Kong, loving it. It's such a tight, controlled game. You know, it's really fun. And on top of that as well, I played some Mario Galaxy 2. It released like a couple days ago, and it feels just as good as it did when it first came out. However, it's interesting going back to a platformer that doesn't have as many tools as current platformers have. I find myself doing like a ground pound jump, and that doesn't exist in this game, you know? So like unlearning mechanics that I've just ingrained in myself in like as a Mario game, you know? But it's fun. Like it's not a bad thing. It's just very different.
Monkey, this guy.
What?
Said you?
Hee.
Yeah. Is there a Jane? What is it? Jane Goodall or whatever?
Jane Goodall. What about it? Oh, I haven't found it yet, but honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. That'd be kind of funny though. It'd be cute if they had one in there. I'm playing more Donkey Kong, and my wife is sitting next to me on the couch while I'm playing it, and she just hears, "Oh, banana!" She's like, "What are you doing? Stop! It's so annoying."
No.
But that's like the point of the game, so she just won't stop hearing it. So now she's walking around the house, just banana, doing like random stuff. But yeah, then I was playing Hades 2. I hit credits on Hades 2. I got all like I beat like the main story and all this stuff, and now I'm going for like the true ending. It is so people are very upset at the ending of this game, and I won't spoil it for anybody, obviously. But I hit credits and I, looked at it, watched the cutscenes, and felt how the story ended. And I saw how the story ended, and I was like, okay, I understand people not liking it, but I really think that people are like overblowing how terrible it is, And I also think that me personally, I was watching the ending and I was like, oh, this is kind of weird, some of the choices they made. If they had changed some lines of dialogue or like changed how the story like it just felt rushed is what it is. I'm not mad at the conclusion they arrived. I'm more so like annoyed at the of how they arrived at the conclusion. It feels like there's steps missing in between.
Freaking Nintendo said you better release this right now.
Yeah, I can believe it.
They did the Silk Song what Microsoft did.
What basically. I think also happened is that so I played early access and I had quite a few hours in early access, really enjoyed it. And there was a theory going around, I won't say what it is, but there was a theory that was going around the community like, I think this is how the game will end. And it was such a good theory that I think what happened was, I think that was the original plan for the game. And there's no proof of this. But like the vibes I'm getting from the way the ending was written, it's like the way that like that theory could have been the true ending, and they're like, oh shit, we have to change this now, but I don't know if that's true. And again, I have no proof, but it's just funny to think about conceptually,
Dude, that's it's funny because like Kojima and MGS5 Phantom Pain, people like guess the ending of the whole series from like the prologue Ground Zeroes that released like 8 months or 9 months before the full game, or I think it was like a full year before the full game.
I did not know this.
Yeah, and so but Kojima was like, fuck, he left the ending in. I'm not gonna lie, that was one of the reasons why I disliked Ground Zeroes or Phantom Pain, because I was like, dude, I saw the ending on a YouTube video and I was like, I can't believe Mastercraft Hideo Kojima did this.
That's so
he just
funny.
left the game, or maybe he was like, oh, the theory is so good, let me
that was way better than what I was doing. Holy cow.
Oh, hey, call this guy on the phone. Yeah, but it's maybe I don't know. It depends, like, because if they sidestepped away from like the true end, like what quote unquote people say it was supposed to be the ending, I don't know. I feel like maybe stick to your guns, but then at the same time, it's like I think people would have been disappointed either way, because if they guessed the ending, they would have like, oh wow, like how could I deduce that? What?
Yeah. Well,
it's like it's like trying to, it's like, oh, am I gonna be surprised from a birthday party? And then you open the closet and you see your gift, you're like, oh, okay. And then you go and you see the gift, you're like, I guess.
It's like, it's like opening up the card and the money falls out. You're like, wow.
Oh, you should. Wow. Really nice handwriting.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm still playing the game. I love it. I think that the game, besides the story, is a improvement on everything that made the first game great. So that's how I feel about Hades 2 at the moment. And then when I get true ending, I'll see what I think about that. But yeah, I'm still gonna play it. We'll see what happens. And last thing I played very recently, it came out yesterday or 2 days ago. It's this game called Tears of Metal, and it's a roguelike third-person action game where you're a Scottish crusader or like knight, and you're trying to retake the island from the English that was Scotland or whatever. And the way it works is that you go through a level, you fight a bunch of guys, you get XP, and you get like a level that you can pick, like boons in Hades. You could pick one of 3. You know, you can go for a certain build, and you have combos that you can do, dodges, and it's like a really visually, it's a really cool game. That's kind of what drew me to it. And then I didn't know it was a roguelike till I got in there, and I was like, oh shit, this is dope. So I am really liking it, and I'm definitely gonna play more. I'll let you know how that goes. Yeah. Other than that, that was my week. I don't think I did anything else. I didn't watch anything. Yeah. Yeah. I guess quick shout out to our email. We have an email at beardbytesmail@gmail.com. That's beard and then BYTES mail@gmail.com. You can send us questions or not. It's up to you. Yeah. So we can get into the news here. We might have to travel for this first story though. Ahmed, what's your thoughts on EA games generally?
I was gonna go a complete left turn.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No. I'm gonna mirror. You know that? I'm Arab for the record.
So he can make the joke. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
He can say it.
Honestly, EA, they have good games.
Mhm.
I think unfortunately just bad management.
Correct.
Yes.
I agree. Well, maybe that will change. Maybe once they find Sharia law, they will have better management.
This guy, he's doubling down.
Stop him. So this article is written weird. Video gamer Electronic Arts to be bought in, largest ever private equity buyout valued at $55 billion. So this is interesting. What's happening is so there's a lot of parts of the story, but essentially the Saudi government partnered with an investment firm to acquire EA games, and they were targeting a big part of their portfolio, which is like the Madden and FIFA games, and I think 2K is under their umbrella as well, right? EA is NBA 2K.
They're buying all of. They're not just buying EA Sports.
No, I know. I'm saying they're buying the whole thing, but it was later found out that the reason that they're kind of focusing on this, or like the biggest reason for this purchase, was because of the sports games. That was like a huge thing that they really wanted it for. Obviously Battlefield and The Sims and all these things, Madden, are also parts of that acquisition. But the reason that this is a big deal is because it's a government directly jumping into a purchase of a private American company to kind of acquire their assets. And the news that came out of this after that, this initial story broke, was that they had to do I think it's called a managed buyout or leveraged buyout, which means that they don't have the money to do it.
The full 55 billion.
Yeah. So they have to take a loan to do it. And the reason that that's a big deal is because now other stories have come out to where they're straight up saying, yeah, we're going to use AI to cut costs, right? So one, AI is going to be taking jobs, right? That's just straight up off the top of the dome. And then they also said that, experts have said that acquisitions like this, smaller studios, smaller areas of the company usually get shuttered to save costs and recoup costs off of that 55 billion, you know? So it's not looking great for anybody working at EA if you're not under a big studio. And even if you're under a big studio under EA of like the Battlefields or like Sims or sports games, like it's looking a little rough, you know?
Yeah, it's like there's multiple aspects to this, right? Because I think a lot of people are focusing specifically on the Saudi aspect of it, but like it's a three person partnership. I don't know if it's gonna be split like one, like there's like, for example, like Jared Kushner's, he's like the Trump's son-in-law. Like his firm is one of the three, and then there's I think another US firm that's like the third, and then the Saudi private investment fund.
Yep.
So those three are in it. The thought here is because I think they went on record saying, well, I mean, okay, anytime private equity gets involved, it's someone that buys something, guts it, and then like tries to flip it for a profit. So
yeah,
like there was a thing with like okay, like Toys R Us, right? I'm kind of recalling Jake Baldino. he had a video about this where he invited his friend who's a lawyer that breaks it down, and he explained it really well. So if you guys are interested, I would give that a check out. But he was talking about how, for example, Toys R Us, right? They went through private equity, and like they got gutted, and then like their brand and likeness was like licensed off to like other places to be like, oh, you can go to, I don't know, like a Macy's, and you'd see like Jeffrey the Giraffe from Toys R Us like in there.
Yeah.
And like the one that comes up to me like anytime I think of private equity, uh, it's like Red Lobster. So so this is kind of to kind of give context as how these private equity places go.
Yeah.
So they like Red Lobster was bought out by like some private equity firm. They went to essentially like they like gutted the endless shrimp. They like streamlined a lot of the menu. I They also like one thing that kind of stood out was they they bought the land that the restaurants sit on, and then to all the franchisees they charge like crazy rent and leases on it. So it's like they're like bleeding their franchises dry, but like the corporation itself, like the entity, is like raking in money, and it's like at the expense of the the actual store like thriving and things like that. So it's like so I'm curious to see like how they're gonna approach this. Is it gonna be like, because one, I think I think with Saudi being like a foreign entity buying out like a public like a publicly traded company, like there's probably going to be some scrutiny there, and like there might be going through like some like FCC approvals or whatever. But so it's going to take some time. I would assume maybe like a year or two for this thing to go through, but like I think after they take over, they're probably going to let whatever's there run, and then at some point like start assessing things, you know, like you might see I don't know, like that they might sell off like IP, I'm guessing, or something, like because they're gonna try to, because essentially private equity, from my understanding, is like they're trying to do some level of a flip. Like they're not just buying this just to be like, oh, we really love games.
No,
right?
they are doing it to bleed the company dry, in the sense that like we're gonna see how much we can make from this. It's an investment for us, and then after we've invested, like get everything, we're just gonna dump it. You know, people were saying the same thing for Evo as well, because that was also acquired by the Saudi government. So people are saying that like, you know, go chase the bag if you're gonna participate in Evo, like whatever, but just know that if you don't support your local communities, that when Evo goes belly up, because it eventually will, because of the way these investors run things, like you need to support your local community, because then you won't have anything other than that, you know. But with EA, you don't have really that option. Like who are you gonna go to for Battlefield? You know what I'm saying? Like it's just EA.
So I don't know, man. It's an interesting situation, because like I think like you mentioned, like the leverage aspect of it is like, I guess like it is interesting, because like they're like, since they're borrowing money, like I'm gonna use the example from the Game Ranks video, or the Jake Baldini video, where it's basically like, imagine like you like if you like the example that they gave was like, imagine you buy a restaurant for $1 million, and after a couple of years you sell it for like 1.1 million. Like that million nets only 10%, right? But then let's say you put a down payment, and then you put a down payment of like 200K, and then you borrow 80K for the full million, and then you sell it later for 1.1. You just go give back the bank like the money you loaned of 800K, and then the 100K profit you can like eat. So then technically your piece of the pie is like you got 50% more, right? Because like if you put in 200 and the return is 100, then it's like, okay, like, so that aspect I think maybe is like they're like trying to, I don't know how long they're gonna want to hold this thing for, and how much they're gonna gut out. But like it's not that surprising, because like if they're going for the sports games, because Madden, college football, FIFA are like literally the like number 3, 4, 5 top sellers, like according to like the gaming charts
It's
or
literally
whatever,
like
right?
investors saying like, hey, like we want to get into gaming like space. How do we do that? What's the best selling? Oh, sports games, easy. Let's get, like it's like a very simple
Yeah,
like acquisition. There's no weird gray areas of like, oh, it's a shooting game. I don't know if we should like, like, and not that
yeah,
these guys are concerned with that, but it's just a very simple like, oh, like yeah, we can buy all the sports games and we'll earn all of the money from it, and that's it.
yeah,
Because they have crazy gambling practices already in these games, so it's like, I'm sure the return on investment for these games specifically is going to be insane for these guys.
yeah. I'm curious to see what like for example, Hazelight Studios, the guys
That's
that
yeah,
did, yeah,
Split
they're
Fiction.
a bit Split Fiction and It Takes Two, A Way Out. I think they're under them. I don't know how if they're gonna like, all right, just cut us loose and let us go. Dragon Age, oh not Dragon, BioWare.
BioWare's getting cut. There's
Uh,
no way BioWare's sticking around. That's
yeah,
my
I
take.
don't, yeah, like because okay, BioWare already had difficulties with like existing EA,
Yeah.
like just from like a profitability standpoint because they want to make everything live service. But
Hmm.
then like I'm not trying to teeter any line here, but I, BioWare is not making games that I think the Saudi government would be interested in.
Yeah.
Because okay, when Mass Effect 1 came out, people were like, "Oh my God, you could have sex with aliens and this
Yeah.
and this," and I think it's, I don't know, I don't know what they're gonna do there, but like,
Yeah. And and the thing is, what you're saying, like we haven't even touched that part of it. Of like, we don't
yeah,
know how the government's going to get involved in this space, and
yeah,
they
yeah,
may not. They may, but assuming they do get involved, right? Like the Saudi government has historically, obviously, not been pro LGBTQ and all this stuff, and which is, that's its own discussion. But the question becomes like, when you are owners of a product that puts out stuff like that, do you say we're not doing this because the government disagree with it, or they're like, oh no, this is the bag that we can chase, we're still gonna, what I'm saying? Like, is there that line that they toe, um
yeah.
which we have no idea what will
Um,
happen. But
like for example, I think like Saudi is a part owner. I don't know if they're full owner or part owner of WWE, but like they just, I think like last month or like a couple weeks ago, just had like WrestleMania in like Riyadh.
yeah,
So it's
yeah,
like like this stuff is there. I don't know, but like yeah, it's interesting. But I don't suspect them to want to like make indie games or publish like stuff. I think they're gonna like they even said like they're gonna use AI where they can, um, which I don't know. It's
mm-hmm,
like anytime private equity gets into something, it feels like okay, you're running it, obviously you're running it more like a business than it needs to be.
yeah.
Um,
It's like the enshittification kind of thing is what people are saying.
yeah,
Like,
exactly. Yeah, it's like that's like I'll give a prime example, right? Dave's Hot Chicken. You can literally see like the
mhm,
enshittification happens after it got bought. Like, dude, the tenders on the sliders are super small now.
yeah,
And it's like because like they're just there like, okay, like all right, bro, make sure to only put one napkin in the bag. Don't give them utensils. Don't give them sauce unless they ask for it.
yeah,
Like they like there's like that level of like
mm-hmm,
super streamlining, and then like you jack up the price, and you just kind of you wedge like the consumer in a certain position. Which
yeah,
honestly, dude, like had had this had this been a different company that wasn't EA, you could like have some runway to like allow for some of these changes to happen. But I think EA has already been doing this, and then now you're gonna add additional like enshittification. It's like, dude, this is, I don't know.
yeah.
Uh,
I
like
agree.
imagine if it was like Larian Studios. I mean, they're not gonna do. Imagine if it was like Larian Studios and or like a CD Projekt Red, and it's like, okay, maybe instead of all of the like instead of doing all of these like small updates, they package it as like a like as an expansion or something, and then like they sell you like these content upgrades over the years instead of like being
Hmm.
like, oh, we're gonna be pro consumer and like do these like free updates constantly. Like Larian could easily like taken the last patch they did, which is like, oh, let's add like more subclasses, and
Modding
like
and all this stuff support, like
yeah,
they could have.
and then like wrapped it up in a couple things and be like, here, expansion pack. Like I
Yeah,
like
they could have.
another company could have done that and be like, well, yeah, we're adding like we're adding like what 15 more subclasses. Like, dude, there's so much more content in the game, and we worked so much time on it, and blah 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 blah. And we gotta pay. But then like EA has already done that, and then now they're going through a private equity, and then they're gonna get like shitted on even more. And it's like I don't know what to expect. So
yeah, I'm also like, it's weird because I generally speaking, it probably won't affect the day-to-day because I don't really play much EA games, but there are a lot of people who do sports games, specifically Sims, you know, Battlefield, and well, I'll be playing Battlefield, but it's just the idea that like I think it'll be a gradual enshittification, and by the time we realize it, it'll be like, oh, this is the result of this, you know?
yeah. The interesting thing though is that they do own, I think, I think the Saudi investment firm has a lot of hands in like esports. So I don't know if it's gonna be one of those things where it's like, oh, like are they gonna just like pour more money into making some of these sports games more esports oriented, or like in like building up the scenes there, because like they like I think they own Evo,
Yeah.
and they own,
That was a recent purchase though. That was like this
Yeah.
last couple months, but yeah.
they own like ESL, which I think is like the like premier like CS:GO,
I did not know
what I
that.
recall, like one of the, yeah, I'm reading from the article, and apparently they're a minority investor in Nintendo.
Yeah, but Nintendo's gonna do its own thing.
Why you want to throw 2027? Sorry.
That's why that desert level in Mario Odyssey was a thing. They, yeah, I don't know. There's so much that can happen with this, and until we see it, like I don't want to say like this is a horrible thing, but it's not looking good. You know, like
I it's more gloom than it is.
yeah,
Because the last time I think like some private equity bought something, or like some private group was Embracer Group. They bought like
Yeah.
Crystal Dynamics, and they bought a bunch of stuff, I think, off of, was it Square Enix?
a bunch of places. I don't know.
Yeah, so yeah, they bought like a lot of things, and then dude, I'm not gonna forgive them. They canceled a Deus Ex game,
Yep.
bro.
Yeah,
And we could have had it.
you know, I was setting a mental timer to see how long it would take you to bring up Deus
Yo,
Ex in this
shut up,
conversation.
dude. No, you didn't.
I
Your
was.
timer was about Last of Us Factions.
No,
and
no, I know.
I just clicked it now, huh?
No, I
Like,
know, but I'm just saying, like, whenever we hit like a topic about something like this, it's not a bad thing. It's just funny. I'm like, okay, let's see how long it takes for Ahmed to bring up like.
But am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. That's the thing. You're right. Am I wrong? The Wicked Witch of the East, bro.
Okay, dude. How about okay? There's a timer for when does Hadi bring up a freaking
Bloodborne.
2D roguelike?
Yeah. But yeah, so they Embracer Group did the same thing, and it did not pan out well for them. So, you know, we'll find out, I guess. Are you excited for EA Sports? It's in the Middle East.
Dude, like I literally googled Embracer Group first Reddit post. Has any single company done more damage than Embracer Group to the gaming industry 2 years ago? Bro, and then they're buying out EA, dude. All right, bro, pin it, guys. Jarvis, set a reminder for 2 years.
Yeah. Remind me to check the gaming industry, but yeah. Yikes, you know. Big yikes. But if you want something interesting, you could and safe from Saudi Arabia, you could always go to 2XKO. They are not purchasing. They're not going to be purchased by Saudi simply because they saw what was put out by them this past week, and they said we are not touching that shit. What the hell?
You know. Actually, they're owned by Tencent, so they're owned by China. So
Well, never mind.
actually, I don't know if Tencent is like, whatever. Anyways, they're owned by a Chinese
Investment company. Yes.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
What's happening is 2XKO put out Teemo gameplay. Teemo was leaked a couple weeks ago, along with a bunch of other champions. But Teemo, you know, is the first champion that they come into 2XKO, the Battle Pass, and
I'm gonna just say real quick. I'm gonna say some comment. If you don't know what Teemo is, imagine a little furry, short, like 2 foot, guy that's like, I'm a camper, I'm a trooper,
Mhm.
and his whole thing is just throwing poison mushrooms and hiding and going invisible.
And then even more context beyond that, in League of Legends, Teemo is the, generally speaking, when people say toxic, he is the, like, Teemo is the character where it's like, oh, we're going against a Teemo, or like, oh my god, this guy sucks to play against, because what he can do is drop mushrooms around the map, he can go invisible, and like he can literally, you can just be walking and you'll just explode into poison, you'll die. So like it's a very like toxic person to play against in like the League like, I guess, lore. And so him coming here, people like knew he was coming, and then they're like, oh, how shitty is he gonna be? And sure enough, this trailer comes out. Oh my god, I saw this and I was like, this is insane. Like, I don't think I'm gonna play this game, but this looks like ass to play against.
Yeah, the trailer, they honestly, I'll say the trailer itself, they did a really good job. It's like very memey. They added they gave this character a parry that looks like the Evo 37 moment, or moment 37. And they've added like also like some like just the general editing. Like they know this character's a troll.
Yeah.
But the part that I'm worried about is like how are combos gonna happen? Or is this hitbox much bigger? Because this dude literally is like 2 feet tall. So it's like, do you have to like just like do like crouching jab or crouching kicks just to be able to attack this guy? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think so. There's no way, because that would be insanely unbalanced, right? But it's just the thing that I wanted to highlight about this trailer, like you were saying, is really good. They very much know what they're doing, and they care about the content that they're putting out, because this trailer, they didn't have to make this trailer like this fun and like this fighting game community like oriented, but they chose to, and it shows. You know what I'm saying? It's really nice to see something that has like that care and love put behind it.
Yeah. Dude, it's just, I'm watching the trailer right now. They literally did an exact even moment 37.
Yeah, the last like 5 seconds. I don't know if you
yeah,
saw.
the last, bro, they did it, and then it's like, because if you watch the original even moment 30, they have like the gameplay. It's like on a CRTV, and then on the bottom left corner, it's like it's like filmed like in what, like, I don't know, like 2001 or something, where they have like like someone's recording the video, and then they like overlaid it with like the actual screen gameplay, and like they copied that in the trailer. It's pretty funny. The first YouTube comment is, I knew something was wrong when I woke up this morning.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Justin Wong saw the trailer. He's like, bro, what? Why? What was that? Why'd you do that?
What?
Why would you do that? But he looks cool. Like, you know, I'm curious to see what other characters like come out there. So there are some characters that are coming in this game that obviously no one can really stop, right? Like Jace is gonna show up, I'm sure. Caitlyn is gonna show up, and they're all gonna get their arcane versions of their skins and stuff like that, because those are like the characters that, like, you know, everyone knows.
Yeah. Jace Nation.
Yeah. Victor Nation. How are we doing today? I am so curious to see if we're gonna get like, I want like Set in the game, you know, like I feel like he would fit in the vibe pretty well, but I just wonder how they are going to, how they decide what characters get in, you know.
I mean, League has a pretty extensive roster, so they're not short of characters.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
part of it is like, how do you incorporate the move set to be true to that character? Because I don't know about you, I feel like League, to me, League, each champion feels a bit unique.
Yeah, I would
Like,
agree.
I don't know if there's a lot of samey ones, but maybe. Yeah,
I agree. I think what they've shown so far with all these characters is really cool, and they seem pretty like consistent with their League counterpart. Like Blitz is insanely like consistent, you know, like there's a lot of cool stuff that he does that's like from the game and all that stuff. So they are trying their best with it, and I am so curious to see how that will play out, you know. But yeah, if you want to watch the finals for, you know, 2XKO when it comes to tournaments scene, you can do so for free. Unlike the Capcom Cup Did you see these news?
Yeah,
Dude.
bro. It is
So,
interesting.
so basically, Capcom, the Capcom Cup is like a really big Capcom sponsored tournament. They have huge cash prizes, and it's like a pretty popular event generally. And Street Fighter 6 is obviously the main game that they're playing right now, and they have decided for some reason that to watch the finals, so you can watch all the rest of it, and until you get to the finals, when you get to the finals, you have to pay per pay-per-view. So they're gonna charge about $40 for the full package to see the full thing, and people obviously were very upset. They're like, "What the hell are you talking about? What are you doing? Like, why would you ever do something like this and shut out your community from essentially an ad for the game?" You know, I am very surprised to see this come through.
Yeah, I was watching the video from Maximilian, dude.
Mhm.
And he was saying that essentially this comes down to two things. One is that Street Fighter in Japan insanely huge than the US. Like he's talking about like there's like random YouTubers that like are like random to us, but he's like if you search up like in Japanese like Street Fighter videos, you'll see like videos they're like oh like 6 hours ago 2 million views of like just people in like in Japan are just consuming this content so heavily, and it's about like oh labbing a character, watching sets between like these other players and stuff that like it runs pretty deep.
Yeah.
So there's I guess one is like there's like a community and like there's a like a of like actual esports there that's like fostering or is it what is it
Growing.
fostering? Growing I guess like or it has grown and is like still expanding. And then the other piece is the esports division in Capcom is like disconnected from the Street Fighter division.
Yeah.
So it's like you have like two separate entities. Like one is like okay, make the game, and the other is like okay, how do you like from a marketing aspect, how do you kind of grow and expand the esports of like this asset that the company has? So it's like there's like no direct communication, but then people see this and they're yelling at like the Street Fighter 6 director, be like, "Yo, what the heck, bro? I'm trying to watch the finals."
Yeah, so actually, Capcom Nakayama, he's the director of SF6 overseas. He actually came out and had a response to this. I don't know if you saw this, but he was actually saying, let me see here. He said the dev team is a completely separate unit from the esports division, so we're only handling the main art and merch illustrations. I want this one turned into merch too. Please, Capcom, take a look at this. And he posted a piece of art, which is pretty cool. And then he said, someone responds, Brian F. I believe he's an FGC player. Yeah,
yeah.
Brian F.
He makes YouTubes, yeah.
Yeah,
He makes
the YouTubes.
Oh Lord, wrong status.
Yeah, so he said, doesn't it seem strange that the esports division and the dev team seem so entirely disconnected? Perhaps different monetization strategies could have resulted with collaboration rather than just charging such a high price for streaming the Capcom Cup. Nakayama responded to that by saying, it may sound strange, but it's true. Revenue targets and assigned tasks differ fundamentally by department. Even the development team was surprised by this announcement. At least Matsumoto and I were shocked at the venue. That said, since this matter occurred within the same company, we are currently discussing it. We apologize for any concern this may have caused.
Dude, right below this, if I get scolded at work, I'm gonna delete this comment. Right after he says that to me.
I respect it. Yeah, that's kind of dope, honestly. Like that's cool that he came out and said that. I hope he does not get in trouble, obviously. I don't know, what do you think?
Because I remember before, like with Street Fighter 4 and 5, I to me it was 4, but like they were pumping out costumes like insane.
5, they were
like,
really pumping it out for sure. I know that for a fact.
I remember, dude, they had like this whole like animal set in 4 that was like really dope. That was like oh each character is like an it is a different type of animal, and like they released like I think it was a costume pack like 1, 2, 3 for like that series, and then like they would go to a different theme, and kind of keep spinning into that direction. And I kind of reiterate what Max was saying was that that was like other ways that they were able to generate money for the company. But I think since they're leaning into the esports aspect, they're like, okay, like spin this out and then make this more like have a dedicated like team to generate money from like as a revenue as an esports thing rather than just like a holistic game view.
Well,
But
that's the
yeah,
thing.
$40 is kind of crazy, man.
It is crazy. People have been saying, and I would not agree with them, but I would also agree with them pointing this out. They're like, SF6 actually does not have that many costs. Like, there are some, right? But there's not as many as people were expecting, And the craziest thing about SF6 is that the battle pass, while it does exist, it sucks. It's not a good battle pass in terms of like content, and like I would argue that majority of players, I don't know obviously, but majority of players probably aren't buying this because it just looks like kind of shitty, but it's there for the sake of it being there, and I kind of appreciate them for keeping it shitty, so
Yeah.
if they need a way to like get money, I like you were saying, the esports division is there. I'm surprised that they took this route specifically. It's just fighting games, like the whole point of these events, these tournaments and stuff like that, it's an ad for your game. And if you're gonna sit there and put stuff out like this, people are gonna be like, well, then why would I, like that's kind of crazy. Why would I like pay extra to watch? It's more than Street Fighter 6 is currently on Steam because there's a sale going on. Like, like that's it.
Do you want to watch like 2 hours of the game or play the game? That's I feel like is the interest. I don't know. Yeah.
And I guess one could make the argument, not positively, but they could say, well, sports, UFC, all these things do it. They do pay-per-view and it works out there. Yeah, because they don't really have, like, people don't have a choice. Like, it's already enshittified, like people are saying they don't want it to be that way. So why are you saying like, well, it works there, it could work here? No, just because it works doesn't mean that's what people want. Like that's crazy to me, Yeah. But I would not be surprised if they came back and like redacted it or changed it up in some manner, because it's a bit much, I won't front. I do think it's a bit much what they're asking for and what they're trying to do with it. So, that kind of fun is always there.
Like if they tied it to like the game where it's like, oh, you buy like $20, you can watch the game and you get like some token or something for your avatar. Like I don't know if they like made it like into a full thing, because like you do have the battle hub. Like what if you just like, okay, everybody just watch the game in the battle hub. If you have the ticket, and you get a token or you get like something. Like,
that'd be kind of cool.
Or like some costume or something. Just be like, oh, I would. I watched the Capcom final and all I got was a shirt, like as a shirt.
That's cute. That's cute for your avatar. That's great.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah, I mean, why not? Like why not have fun with it, right? That wouldn't make money for them. So, just like Game Pass ain't making enough money, baby. Ooh wee.
Oh man,
dude. Okay, so let me go ahead and go over the news, and then we can give because this is like the story of the podcast, right? Xbox Game Pass has come out with some updates. They are updating the tiers they have 3 tiers now. There's Essential, which has 50 plus games on PC, console, and cloud, unlimited cloud gaming, in-game benefits for Riot Games, online console multiplayer, play and earn up to $25 for in-store rewards, or whatever, in the store with rewards rather, for $9.99 a month. Then we have Premium, which has 200 plus games and then available everywhere as well. It has new Xbox published games within a year of launch, and there's an asterisk saying like, hey, not all titles work with this or whatever. It just depends on the game. Unlimited cloud gaming with shorter wait times, quote unquote, in-game benefits, including for Riot Games. I don't know why they keep harping on that one point. Online console multiplayer, play and earn up to $50 in store with rewards. And then we have Ultimate, which has 400 plus games for $29.99 a month, 75 plus day one games a year, including all Xbox published titles on day one. This is like a non-asterisk one, so that this one is a true version of day one releases. Ubisoft Plus Classics and EA Play included, as well as Fortnite Crew included in November, coming in November. Cloud gaming with best quality, shortest wait times, in-game benefits, again, including for Riot Games. console multiplayer, and then $100 a year in the store with rewards. So, and this is for $29.99 a month. So it's $9.99, $14.99, and then $29.99 a month. This is a 50% price increase from what it was before. And naturally, this is causing a lot of people to be upset. A huge amount of, and I mean, rightfully so, right? Like, is there anything else I should mention before we get into it?
I think PC Game Pass went up $2.
Yes.
But they added no features to it. So it was like, it used to be like 14 a month. Now it's like 16 or 17 a month.
Yeah.
For just PC only Game Pass. But,
yeah. And then I would also say that they are removing, oh, here's the other thing I wanted to add. After raising Game Pass prices, Xbox also seems to have removed most subscriber DLC discounts. So if you own Game Pass, generally before, what you could do is go to the store for a game you're playing and be like, oh, like, hey, this game that you're playing, it has a discount on the DLC that you might want to try. DLC isn't included in Game Pass, but it's cheaper, and so that would entice people to buy it or whatever the case is. They removed those discounts as well with these price increases. Yeah, so that's the main story. Ahmed. Oh, actually, there's one more. They're also about to launch a free Xbox Cloud gaming with ads. So before you boot up a game, you'll see an ad. You have 5 hours of gameplay, and then you see another ad. All that kind of stuff. So that's their cloud gaming service, for free, which is kind of cool. But yeah. Now, thoughts, because I know you were a pretty big Spill Fencer head. Spill Fencer? Spill Fencer. I said it and I was like, what?
Spill Spencer, dude.
But yeah, what are your thoughts?
Okay, my take. I don't want to keep like exempting Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond, but
I'm about to exempt them.
No. Like, yeah. So my view is, at some point, Microsoft is, because okay, like I'm saying that, like, this is my assumption, right? I don't know anything. My assumption is, Microsoft is like, listen, bro, Xbox, you got to tell me why you're still here, because like, if I give you $1 and you give me back like $1.02 on my investment, but I can take that dollar and put it in AI and Copilot and all this other stuff and in cloud, and make like, I can make like 50% like return or whatever. Like, I'm just giving numbers, right? Like, they're probably like, listen, bro, y'all need to start making money. So that's my assumption here of like why things look pretty aggressive, because like this also comes after the second Xbox like console price hike.
Yes.
And now you're seeing this hike. It's like, okay, like it's looking like, all right, bros, we need to make money. Like, so that's the lens I'm looking at this with, right?
Yep.
I will say, like, I'm probably minority here. The prices before, to me, Game Pass as a concept was on a sale, right? Or like, cause before it was like I only play on PC, so for me, like, Xbox Live, I'm not really using it. All the other stuff I'm not really using. I'm not really using cloud gaming, but like, I was still like, I got the $1, or not the $1, like the Xbox Live conversion into Ultimate for like 3 years in the past, and that was my ride. So I wasn't paying per month, so like I'm jaded here, right? So if I was paying per month, I would probably have a different opinion. So I'm coming from the fact of like, I'm someone that got 3 years of Ultimate for 180. So that's kind of, so but I'm looking at it like, on paper, if I looked at like a subscription and I'm like, oh, this was like $20, I was like, okay, like, considering that you can play Call of Duty day one, you can play like the big games, like Starfield, we played day one, Doom the Dark Ages was day one, Indiana Jones was day one. Like, I wouldn't have played Indiana Jones if I wasn't on there. Yep. So if I look at it, I'm like, okay, $20, that sounds like a decent deal, and then you get access to EA Play and all that stuff. I'm like, okay, great. $30, I'm like, okay, this sounds like the corporate number. $30 is like, okay, like around, just like, okay, this is like when you hit like Spotify Premium for like $15. I'm like, all right, bro, Spotify should be like an $8-9 situation. Like, that's like if you, emotionally speaking, right? Where I'm just like, how do I feel about this?
Yeah.
But because sometimes you just attribute like some random number to something.
Yeah.
Like for example, like PlayStation Plus to me, like PlayStation Plus should be like a $5 thing. When it starts hitting like $15, like all right, bro, PlayStation, sit down, man, chill.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, but PlayStation has tiers, and we're talking about Xbox now. So Xbox at $30, that sounds like the twist your arm and pay it one, right? Where I'm like, okay, if I really like it, sure. It's like the corporate number because like you are technically getting a lot of things here.
Yeah.
The because like like though I feel like Game Pass is kind of flawed because like it does not fit the consumption model of video games.
Yes. Correct.
Like so like I feel like games as a medium are like obviously you're holding the controller, but like from an emotional perspective and like a dopamine drip, like you have to interact with it a lot more, not just from the aspect of holding the controller, but like there's more that like you need to feel and like be into it. Whereas music, TV, like media, like that you just like put on a pair of headphones, sit back in the couch and just consume. I think is a lot easier to be more passive and like a more flipping through things. Whereas gaming is a more like I want to say not intentional, but you have to, I guess intentional. You have to kind of decide what you want to dedicate.
It's
like,
a bigger time investment.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Like you can watch 5 seasons. Oh damn! Actually, not. Okay. You can play one game or watch 5 seasons of a show, right? Because if you're talking about like 45-minute episodes, 10 episodes a season, so you know what? Yeah, that's 50 episodes.
Good way to look
That's
at
like
it. Yeah.
what? Like that's like 40 hours ish.
Yeah.
Of a show. So it's like okay, like imagine you go to somebody and then like you tell them, hey, go through Netflix. You have to dedicate 50. You have to dedicate 40 hours or watch 5 seasons of this specific show. You're gonna have a lot of time hesitating to pick.
Yeah.
And I think the issue with Game Pass is games are inherently much longer to play, much longer to digest and go through, and it's not as episodic and chunked in a way where TV shows don't feel as big to play. So
Yeah.
when people get Game Pass, they're like, oh wow, there's 700 games, and you're like, okay, I'm only gonna gravitate to like a few of them, and like even like when you had Game Pass, I think you were like, do I really want to play Indiana Jones?
Yeah, I really didn't. I didn't.
Right, and yeah, right. So but like imagine like the blockbuster thing on Netflix is like, oh, like imagine like Squid Game just released in like do you think anybody would ask themselves like, do I really want to watch Squid Game? Like,
Yeah.
no, like everybody that has Netflix is most likely gonna watch Squid Game kind of thing, right? I think like the consumption model is weird. So like they really put themselves in a weird spot with Game Pass because people are buying it, but then now when the price goes up, they're like, do I really need it? Like, do I really play those games?
I'll be honest.
The value is there, but like it's
Yeah.
a hard thing to get through.
So I'm jumping in here because I think it's a good piggyback point. Like we can like back and forth here. Like initially, I actually thought I saw this news and I was initially like, what the hell is wrong with this? Like, what are they doing? Like all this stuff, right? However, I have changed my thoughts and thinking on this and saying that like, I think $30 a month for what this is offering is a very fair price. I'm not going to lie. I think it's a fair price. However, because they didn't start at this price, a price increase to $30 a month looks insane. Like from an aesthetics point.
Yeah.
You know, like I think $30 a month for 400 plus games, even if you don't engage with all of them, but like the fact that you get all the day one releases and like someone who wants to play Doom, who wants to play Call of Duty, who wants to play all these games. Like I played Doom, the Dark Ages, like technically for free because I preloaded this stuff. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like I paid a $70 game for essentially free, right? And we talked about it. And the question becomes like, dude, like there is no way the price that Game Pass is at currently is making them any money. You know what I'm saying? Like we've said this over and over again that current price was not making them any money. Yeah. They must be losing money on this. And sure enough, they're actually, and this ties into one of the things I have on here. Xbox lost over $300 million in Call of Duty sales in 2024 by putting Black Ops 6 on Xbox Game Pass, according to Bloomberg. Call of Duty's lost sales is one of the key reasons why Game Pass price has increased. And the reason that it's losing sales is because it's available on Game Pass. Why would you spend $70 on this game if you can just buy Game Pass for a couple of months, keep it, and then say like, actually, I don't need to play it anymore, or like move on to other things, you know?
Yeah.
The nature of Game Pass is such that they want you to try other games and free and first party games. Okay, sure. But if you want Game Pass to be successful as a concept, you need people to play Call of Duty for a little bit and then leave playing Call of Duty to play other games. Because one, you want them to keep their subscription. Why would they keep paying like essentially more than 2 months? Then you've outpaced the price of COD, right? That's one lens from it. The other lens is, okay, let's say Game Pass is successful in getting that same user to try other games. They are now no longer in COD spending money on COD, on the microtransactions. So it's like a big, like, it's a cyclical problem that needed to be solved. And the solution is obviously increasing the price of Game Pass at the base level. But even then, I think that this is doing them so much more detriment than it is going to do good in the long run. Their cancellation page to cancel Game Pass has, like, you know, it overflowed with traffic and all. Like, that's obviously not a great indicator, but it's an indicator of sorts, you know?
Yeah, it's such an interesting point because, like, back in the day, you needed Xbox Live and then you needed the game, but then now it's like, imagine this. It's like, okay, like, oh, we're gonna offer Game Pass with like your Xbox subscription. Oh, that's great. Like imagine the timeline, right? Like when this got rolled out, right? So like you're paying for Call of Duty and you're paying for Xbox Live / Game Pass because it's all bundled into one thing. And then like next year they're like, hey, on Ultimate Game Pass Ultimate, you can get Call of Duty 6. And like, oh sweet. You're like, wait, so if you're telling me if I just like if I'm already spending, I don't know what, Xbox Live is like, what, like $9 a month, $10 a month.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're telling me if I add $10 more, I can just get, or whatever, $15 more, I can get Call of Duty and these other games. Great. And then they just jump. Like,
yeah.
Like it's so like it was such a no-brainer.
It's a less of a logical leap.
Yeah. Because like if you're already hamming down like $10 a month for Live, like the jump to another 10 is like bro, that's like a coffee and a half. That's like a lunch order. Okay, skip lunch for a day. Now you got your thing.
And well, I would also argue that, like, from a pure value-based proposition, right? If you have an Xbox and the question is, oh, like, if you spend $10 a month more, what do you get? Or Xbox and PS5, right? For both of those respectively. What are you getting? PS5, yeah, sure, you get a back catalog of games, and they are a good back catalog. There's nothing wrong with that. But if for Xbox, $10 more gets you 400 plus games, plus classics you may have played, you know, like, plus DLC discounts. Like, it's a better value, I would argue, in the grand scheme of things, you know?
Yeah.
But now, like, dude, I don't know, right? Like,
it's definitely not sustainable. Like, I think, and there's been a lot of alarms on this, and people have been, because they were looking for like the mass appeal of, like, because even with the Series S, right? Like I think the strategy was like a saturation thing of like, okay, get Game Pass, like add a subscription to as many people's lives as you can. Like, what's the fastest way to do that? Okay, get a cheap console that everyone can just like no brainer get in their home, and then like that's the thought. But then it's like for the like X tier crowd, get them the best, the Series S or Series X, like get them. Because of people that care about fidelity and gameplay and all that stuff, get them that. But then it's like, it starts to crumble because it's like on paper it sounds like the move to make, but I think there's like a lot of nuances within the gaming sphere that makes it like not like compelling, I guess, to go with the Xbox route. And then now I think with the cost of business, like they're just trying to figure out like, okay, how do you salvage this? Because it's because like they shifted more from like the console aspect to like Xbox as like just like more ethereal brand. So because like I think like I don't know how it's gonna play, because like they don't have, I feel like, the backing to do what they actually. Well, I mean, they've had the backing to do what they need to do. I think it's more like they're starting like Microsoft's starting to lose trust. I think so. It's
Yeah, you were saying lose trust in Xbox or
in Xbox. Yeah.
yeah.
That's my impression. Because yeah, like dude, like you like imagine spending like what was the number on Activision? It was like what, like it was like 10 billion or 7 billion. Actually, 7 billion was Bethesda, I think.
Activision Blizzard. Microsoft.
It was, I feel like it was like
cost. $68.7 billion.
ooh. Okay. Imagine spending that much and then you still flub, like you're down another 300 million because of Game Pass.
Yeah.
Bro, they're probably just punching the air like, God damn it, why did you do this? I thought we were supposed to buy more. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, like a bit. It's just crazy because like they proposition themselves as like being the cheap thing for gamers, having all these options. And again, like I think both of us are in agreement. It's a good value for what you're getting. $30 a month. Yes, it is expensive, but if this is your primary method of entertainment, like it's not a bad value, right?
Yeah.
But
it's honestly like you have to approach it very open-mindedly. You have to want to seek the value, honestly. But the thing is, like, when you tell somebody that, it's like people perceive value as something that like they can like ingest right away. Like you can't tell somebody, like, it's okay, you're effectively giving somebody like, yo bro, here's like you can buy this giant plot of land. Gold exists somewhere, you just have to dig it. It's like, all right, man.
yeah,
it's like, you know, those like gold sifting bags
yeah,
that you buy?
yeah.
Yeah, so it's like that, but like on a much bigger scale. And it's like, okay, I don't want to go, like, I know there's $100 worth of gold in this bag, but do I really want to sit there and just like sift through this thing?
Yeah, no. I mean,
That's the thing with Game Pass.
You didn't renew your Game Pass, right? Like that's
okay. That's a different reason,
yeah,
bro. Because I'm boycotting.
That's true. But I'm saying, okay, in the world that Game Pass wasn't boycotted, right? Would you realistically renew your subscription?
I would have re-upped from the conversion method. I would not have gone, like, that's the thing. To buy the thing up front, it's hypocritical, right? Because like, if I was gonna do it, I'm not gonna pay per month. Because if I can do the conversion route cheaper, okay.
The thing is, they nuked the conversion route pretty badly. Like it's not a great, a great conversion. So for anybody who doesn't know, what I did and what Ahmed did years ago is that you can, and my God, I'm so glad I did this, but you could have gotten Xbox Gold cards and converted them to years of Game Pass if you know, and the conversion rate was essentially like 3 months to 1, right? So one card would get you 3 months of Game Pass, and if you got enough cards, you could get 2, 3, 4 years of Game Pass loaded up on your system, right? I currently have my Game Pass until mid 2026, right? And realistically, whenever and Ahmed's also had the same thing, but his lapsed, and then there's the BDS boycott. So he's choosing not to get more of it, which, you know, makes sense. And I will be doing the same. But in a world where there is no BDS on Microsoft, on Game Pass, I would not personally purchase Game Pass at this price. Not because I don't think it's worth it, but I just don't use it enough, realistically, you know?
Yeah, I mean, that's a fair point. Yeah, it's because like, yeah, it's like it's one of those things where like I have to want to engage with it, right? Like it's like, if you know, like I think folks know that like indie games have a lot of creativity and where you can find like the most unique experiences, and like on paper it's like you want to experience something new. I think everybody would say yeah, but then when it comes to the reality of like, oh, I want to ingest this like different experience that like doesn't feel super fleshed out or doesn't feel super polished, like, never mind, I don't want to touch this. Like you have to want to engage with some of these games, and if I were to renew it, it would be, I'd have to have that mindset, because sometimes, dude, like it's an active process.
Yeah.
And sometimes I don't want to be playing games in this active way.
And I will say I have found really good bangers on Game Pass because of Game Pass. Like I'm not gonna front and say like
Yeah.
I don't think it's a good, like I've used it for that value. But realistically, like the way that Steam's refund method works, you know, like I could still technically do all that without Game Pass and I'll be completely fine with it. You know, I don't need Game Pass to achieve these things and you know, do these things. And this is us. This is our like
I
we're
would say we're pretty tapped in on games, and we
yeah.
play variety of games. Like we're not like we do have like our like pigeonholes, but like we branch out and try
That's
things.
what I'm saying. Like we're more open than most other people, or rather like the majority of people who Game Pass is geared towards. And if we're feeling this way, like I would not be surprised if people are like, "Hey man, like I can't justify spending $30 a month on this like thing," you know? So I mean, what do you think is going to happen? Like do you think that like cuz they're having crazy cancellations, right? They have to like I feel like they're going to do something, but I don't know.
I don't know, man. I think I'm trying to think here, right? Because if they, because okay, it's interesting because I think Xbox like stopped making discs for like some of their games.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to figure out like what position like are they aiming for here? I don't know, man. It's because part of it is like okay, like do they make like a $50 tier that's like exclusively like because like what's like the glimmering like uh aspect about Game Pass, right? If you were to ask anybody, like the average person would be like, oh, I want to play like the big games
Yeah.
just like as is, right? Like so like I'm guessing okay, what would cost that? Like imagine if Microsoft comes out and says, okay, like I don't know, like actually I don't know. This is actually gonna sound worse than what's going on. I was gonna yeah, pay $40 and only just get the big exclusive games.
Mm,
That's I don't know. I'm trying to figure out like what would be like the way to tackle this, right? Like do they need to come out and say like because it they can't like over promote games like the PC Game Pass account um like it's constantly like shifting like oh hey try this game out. Oh this game released blah 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 but like maybe they need to make like an official like book club or something or game club where it's like all right guys this month we're gonna play this game or so or that there has to be someone embedded in it like or like a Twitch streamer that like partnered with Microsoft to kind of like dictate like all right guys today we're gonna check out this game let's check it out blah 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 like
Interesting. Okay,
uh
so you're saying like
I get
a industry plant for Game Pass.
is it a plant if they say hey guys this is sponsored by blah blah,
Yeah,
blah.
no, it's
A
not.
plant is someone that you don't I don't know but yeah I don't like I'm trying to think like how do you navigate this to make it like digestible because I'm still on the mindset of like people are gonna get overwhelmed and not pick it up and then just kind of go about their day
Yeah, I think that this is a just bad move for Xbox in general, just because of like, obviously positioning and how it's looking on everyone and all that stuff.
yeah
But at the end of the day, the question becomes like, what do you do? Because Game Pass, as it was, is not sustainable. You know, like,
yeah it's
um,
it because if you think about it like okay there's not that much Xbox is sold right so it's like they're trying to get like because with Game Pass they're also getting some PC people right so it's like they're like
yes, they are.
like imagine it's like okay like if like I'm gonna make up a number I don't know if it's true but if they lost this generation like 5-1 like in terms of like PS to Xbox it's like they're hurting pretty bad but like with the Game Pass setup like they got money out of me like I never gave money to Xbox before like, I don't own a console any of the consoles in the past so it's like they were able to like with their strategy they got money out of someone that would never have gone their route I'm assuming I don't know what how many
Mm,
people else like me are there but they're if they say hey man this isn't working out let's pull Game Pass and then just charge call it like the price for Xbox it's like
yeah.
for games on the Xbox, it's like I don't know how much wiggle room they're gonna get because like, they're gonna lose a segment of their base here. Like they have to like I don't know how you can regain trust in people. Like the conceptually like as a platform, if they make the Windows handhelds amazing and then they make like a Windows specific version. I mean, they are making a Windows specific version for gaming, but like once that releases, like you can entrench the Windows Store more into the
Yeah.
handheld and on the system. But then you could still install Steam on both of those, right? Like I'm trying to
Yeah.
think like how do they expand? Because I think as an average console player, like maybe they um, maybe they just say F it and not do that. But like
Oh, you think so? You think
if,
they
if
could
that,
just like they're just like giving up on them?
I'm trying to think, man. Like I don't know, cause okay, let's walk it down here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because like the next console cycle, like what like most people are like already like brand loyal to PlayStation. Like how can you break that up? Like you have to give like a proposition and be
Mm,
like, okay, you see this like home system you have, that either a PC or the next Xbox that's like when like PC focused.
yeah.
Like you can install mods on your games now. Oh, that's so cool. What or like as someone that owns a PC, you'd be like, hey, bro, how about if you can just install gaming Windows on your handheld and on your PC? Everything is seamless, and then like they have to give a reason for someone to want to go there, right?
Yeah.
As a Sony pony, like why would I trip up and switch?
Well, that's the thing. They're releasing. They don't have the games. They fumbled Halo. They fumbled all their first party exclusives. Right. They don't have the hardware because I would argue prohibitively expensive at this point in time. Like they did another price increase.
Yeah,
Like it's not worth it. They have Game Pass, but again, most people are gonna look at $30 a month, and they're gonna be like, "Hey, man, like that's too much." You know, like we're saying that $30 a month is a fair price to charge what they're offering, but the average person is gonna look at that and be like, "Dude, I don't play all 30 games on game or 400 games on Game Pass. I'm gonna play like," and let's be honest, 400 games, like not all, a lot of those games are not bangers, you know, and
yeah,
like you were saying,
and I know
and
bangers.
I know bangers, yeah. And you were also saying that like, you know, as a gaming medium, you have to pick and choose what you engage with, and like most people are not going to engage with like Anno 1800, for example, or like, you know, like sure, a big majority of people engage with Call of Duty, but those same Call of Duty players aren't engaging with the other, generally speaking, 400 plus titles on Game Pass. So like they would have to ask themselves, is it worth it to them? And I would argue no. If you're just playing Call of Duty and like Doom, like save up for Doom, for example, when it's on sale, because it went on sale pretty quickly after it released, right? And then, you know, Call of Duty as well, like just that's like your big purchase of the game, and go from there, you know. Because it's just not worth having that much of it. Because 300, how much is it's $30 a month for that? That's what is that, 360 a year? Did I do my calculation right? Hold on. 30 times
Yeah, 360, bro.
360, yeah. So that's
Bro, I bought. That's okay. Like technically, dude. Like I'm thinking about this. Like that would have been what, 1,000, dude. Like if I got 3 years of Game Pass, yeah, dude. Like $1,000 for 3 years you have. I'm not. Dude, I am.
you can legitimately get a PS5 for cheaper now, you know, and then you can make you can get a lot of games for cheaper than that. So it's like I don't think
Yeah,
it's worth that cost at that point for the average user,
yeah.
which sucks
Like
because
honestly,
you
like
know.
yeah. I think the issue is like we don't need a jam-packed like thing here. Like I don't know. Like I don't need 500 titles. Like I'm not gonna boot up. Okay, this is just me, but I'm not gonna boot up Fallout 3. And I know some folks want to, you know. But then it's like you can make the arguments like, okay, like the games that you do want, if you're already on PC and if you're on, like, if you're on Game Pass, like, okay, if you're in the Xbox ecosystem, they have great backwards compatibility. Go to GameStop. Go to your little Tommy's house.
Yep.
Your little cousin. He has his big brother has a copy of Fallout 3. Just borrow that.
Yep.
And pop it into your Xbox. If you're on PC, just go get on a Steam sale or get it. Like, I mean, there's great key sites, but like if you're talking about day one like AAA's, I don't know, man. It's a hard situation to kind of suggest this, because then it's like, okay, like they're giving so much value. Okay, great. And then it's like, okay, if they want to do another price hike, they can add like more things. And it's like, okay, I technically am getting more, but I'm not using all of it.
Yeah.
Like, it's like the 500 piece tool set, like, or like like, yeah, tool set, where it's like, okay, like there's like freaking 300 screw bits. Okay, great. I just need like 5 Phillips and 5 flatheads.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need like all of this stuff.
Yeah, it's like another part to really consider also is like, at the end of the day, this is a price hike that people are already freaking out about. This is one of many price hikes Xbox has already done this year.
Yeah.
So who's to say it won't go up more than this, you know? I could even make the argument that realistically, like, well, no, actually, never mind. I won't. I was gonna say you could technically charge more for this because of everything they're offering, but realistically, like, I don't want to put that out there.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not gonna lie, I'm high key stun locked, because for context, with the conversion that I did, it was 180 for 3 years of Game Pass, and then under the new price, if I were to do 3 years of that, it's like $1,080.
Oh,
so it's literally 1080 for 3 years of Game Pass, like subscription if I pay per month.
yeah.
And I was looking at that and I was like, you know what, man? Okay, Phil Spencer, maybe this was a little wrong, brother.
Well, the thing is, you're saying
Sarah Bond, stop.
Man, the thing is, like, I see what you're saying, but I think for me, again, I'm not paying $30 a month, and maybe that's also why I'm able to be like, maybe that's also why I'm like, hey, like, I think it's a fair price for what they're offering.
Yeah.
But realistically, like, this is a lot of money, and if anybody says $30 a month is ridiculous, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, no, you're wrong. It's like, no, that's a fair, like, way to look at it. That's an insane price to think about conceptually, you know? Like, if you're saying, oh, I only game, I don't watch things on Netflix and things like that, and I don't use HBO Max or whatever, like, okay, if this is your one thing that you spend a subscription thing on, okay, fair enough. But most people have a Netflix. They also have, like, you know, like, there's already so many subscriptions that, like, ultimately take up less. It's less, like, commitment to, like, engage with it. Whereas I could just go to the store, buy Call of Duty 7, Black Ops 7 for, like, you know, $70 maybe, or wait a month or two and get it on sale. Like, you know, like,
Yeah.
if people really want it, they'll get it, you know?
Yeah. It's crazy because, like, with some subscription stuff, you get it's cheaper to pay like the yearly cost up front, but like I don't see a price to do that here. So it's like, if you, like, technically speaking, if you like if you're not doing the conversion path, which like is like severely nuked, you're gonna pay a decent amount, and I don't know, man. It's
yeah. I would also say
Yeah.
that I think a lot of this discussion is also being factored by, we use the Game Pass conversion, it worked out for us. I'm sure there's a bunch of other people who did the same thing, and they're like I think they timed it, all this stuff, to where it's like, yeah, like, the majority of people who did the conversion stuff, it's like ending soon, so we need to, if we're gonna keep these players or like retain that money, we need to increase price now before that, you know what I'm saying? Like, before they nuked the way to do it, and now they're like, okay, now let's add like the price and all this stuff. So it's like they're trying to get it when the iron is hot, in a sense of like, okay, this is when their subscription stuff come in. My thought process in my head is they have to have seen this coming, this response, this like blowback, you know, like they have to have seen the amount of damage this will do to the brand and like the idea behind it. There's no way that they like didn't account for this, or if they didn't, then that's like another obviously very telling thing. But I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I am shocked. Not shocked, but I'm just like, yeah, man. Like, what did you expect?
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's yeah, it's a tough situation.
Fall from grace, Game Pass.
Philip Spencer, bro. Can't believe it.
The funniest thing is that he's gonna get on stage at the next Game Awards or Xbox Showcase. But like, for years, we've shown gaming to be the best place is Xbox. Like, all right, man, shut up. No one believes that anymore. Like, there's no way he can.
I mean, like, it's technically, dude. Like, there's just okay. Like on paper, right? Like, there's a disconnect between like the stuff that's there and then the vibe. It's like, oh, it's like, okay, imagine like Palantir. Like, bro, we have the best work benefits ever.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to go work there? Fuck, man, no.
Yeah.
Or so, where it's like okay, like what he's saying, because like the thing was like the best value in gaming. Okay, fair. I kind of understand what you're saying, Mr. Phillip.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But I don't know, man. The vibe's not there, man. They lost the aura when people stopped buying Xboxes, TBH. I think like because like if anyone's gonna game right now, like imagine like your friend that hasn't played games, it's like, yo, I want to get a console. You're not gonna tell him to get an Xbox.
No, I won't.
Like, yeah,
it's expensive, like straight up. Like, there's
Yeah.
also apparently a rumor that the next Xbox console may not happen. So, like, I think people also forget that, and myself included, I didn't know, but I didn't realize this till like I saw it on like TikTok or Twitter or something, where it's like people forget that an entire console group can just disappear. Like, Xbox could very much just go away and not exist anymore. It happened with like Atari.
Yeah.
It happened with Dreamcast. Like, these things happen, right? But it's been Nintendo, PS5, Xbox, PC for such a long and I would argue PC's not even in that rotation. Like, PC's his own thing, but like, you know, like, these three have been the big three for so long. In the idea, there is a world where Xbox is just like, yeah, they can't recoup from this.
Yeah, bro, it's crazy because there's one of the former like I think former VP of Xbox, and actually former president of Blizzard was arguing with someone and was basically like, bro, the Xbox is dead. He just straight up comes out and says that he's like yeah, like, because I granted, like, it was one of those things where it was like people were going back and forth. So maybe it was just like one of those like Twitter moments.
Yeah.
But it was just funny because like, damn, bro, like I don't know if he just like comes out and just like he's just upset of just like hearing people like going back and forth, and he just says like a funny thing, and yeah, but still, it's like, yeah, they're seeing it and they're like, damn, bro, fuck.
Yeah, I don't think Xbox would go away, right? I think that they'll find a way to recoup eventually, but their brand has severely been tarnished this generation since this Game Pass push. And like, and we've had this discussion, like, Game Pass could be the future of gaming or whatever, like the idea of it, but not with this like much like backlash at the moment, you know? Like, it's definitely, but the public perception of it has definitely taken a hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm just saying, yeah, I agree with you. Like,
Yeah.
I think even Sony at some point wants to figure out how to do subscriptions. Because like, bro, because they came out in the PS3 like, guys, we're not gonna charge you to play online, and then PS4 like, guys, you won't believe the network infrastructure we need to run these games, even though the Call of Duty that runs on PS4 runs on PS3 just perfectly. Yeah, and then anyways, because they're like, listen, we can get a slice of the pie, why not?
Yep. Yeah, so we will see. Let's see what happens. You know, let's see what happens. We're gonna keep a very close eye on the implosion of Game Pass. I already have the Xbox. The title for this episode is gonna be Game Pass Goes Nuclear. You know, like, we're good. Like it's easy content for us at least, you know.
Man, you wrote it in stone. We can't change the title now.
Well,
You understand that, right?
maybe I could. We'll see.
All right.
If
I'm
you have
gonna bust all my power. We're gonna change the power. There.
It's done.
Director, I willed it into existence.
There you go.
The title will be, and then we just end the episode here, and then they're gonna know. It's like a time traveling movie if you think about it, right?
That's true.
Where,
that's true.
You know,
he's rewritten the past. Title's gonna be Gamepass goes nuclear. Okay.
Oh my god.
It's happening. But all right. Any news to share with the people before anything you want to speak to the people about Piccolo before you leave?
Let me speak to the people, Piccolo.
Let me speak.
Let me speak. If you have Game Pass, play some games.
Yes.
If you before it goes away. Otherwise, I don't know. Enjoy the weather. It's a good weather right now, I guess.
It's a good weather.
Hopefully, it's a good weather where you are.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm reading the response from ChatGPT. That's how it wrote it out.
Oh, okay. Fair.
JK, I'm not reading. I'm dyslexic, bro. You think I could read?
What did you say earlier in this episode? You said some immigrant coded thing. I can't remember what it was though.
Oh yeah, he makes the YouTube.
He makes the YouTube. Yeah, there you go. But yeah, I have nothing else to say except for if you have Game Pass, use it while you can. And yeah, other than that, everyone try out Hades 2 and also try out I'll be playing Battlefield 6, so I'm excited for that this week, and I think Ahmed will also be playing it.
Didn't even come out yet. How are you?
Watch me. I'll figure out a way. You can preload it now.
Yeah, you can only preload it if you pre-ordered.
Oh,
this guy pre-ordered. This guy pre-ordered
it. I don't know if you saw these tweets I added on the docket of like the Xbox like reactions. They have the Gru meme where he looks at he says a thing, looks at the paper and looks back or whatever, and it's like raises Game Pass prices to $80, and he's like nobody pre-orders, and he's like okay, raise Game Pass price to by $50. Everyone cancels their subscription. Oh man, it's
just make games cheaper, bro.
Say again.
They just make the games cheaper.
Yeah, well, you know.
Prediction. Okay, actually, look, Actually, no, they're not gonna do it. They're gonna do it next year. I was gonna be like, oh, before Christmas, they're gonna make the games $80, but they have to do it next year. Anyways.
Well, they tried, right? Didn't they try with Outer Worlds? And they're like, hey, people are like, we're not paying that. They're like, okay, you're right. We'll just, lessen it, and they did.
You're right. I don't even remember being on that episode.
Yeah, exactly.
But I was there.
It's okay. I forgive you.
Okay, we said we're gonna end the episode, so let's end the episode.
Oh, okay,
I have
fine.
to go pee.
Oh, me too. All right. Later.